Okay, we're going to discuss how we charge our batteries here. The way we do it here, this means this battery is not ready for use. The cap is off the positive terminal and we don't know anything about this battery. If we come across a battery and he's like this, where the positive terminal is capped, that means this battery has been charged. We're protecting it from accidental discharge by capping the positive battery so we can't ground out from positive to negative and do a short across this battery. However, none of these batteries, we know the state of none of them. So here's what we're going to do. This battery is a standard deep cycle battery. We're going to take our battery charger and we're going to hook up positive to the positive terminal, negative to the negative terminal. Always hook up your negative terminal last and always unhook it first. That's the proper battery protocol. And we're going to plug the unit in. Give it a minute to let its electronics start to work. So we have 12 volt and 6 volt on this first column. Obviously this is a 12 volt battery. The middle column has three different battery types. We're going to select standard, cycle through to standard. The third column is the charging rate. We want the lowest charging rate possible, so we'll let it sit at the 2 amp charging rate. If we wanted to, we could make it go 20 amp or 12 amp, 6 amp, and 2 amp. So we're going to let it go to the lowest, the 2 amp charge. This is a percent charge and a voltage meter, and we could cycle through and see he'll deliver 11 volts, but his charging percent is either 0 or unknown right now at this moment. All you have to do at this point now is push the charge button. This light should come on, and you walk away for 24 hours. Come back and double check. Sometimes you get an error. If that's the case and this thing is showing an error, simply unplug the unit, let him stop his charging cycle. He'll turn off, and then simply start it again. So once again, we'll go ahead and leave the voltage setting alone. We'll cycle this through to standard, the one on the bottom. We'll leave the charging rate alone, and we will simply push charge. And then that's it. Now, as soon as the battery gets into here, you need to make sure that you've got them on a charge cycle. Right now we have 4 dead batteries. That's useless to us. It takes a day almost to charge a battery. That means as soon as the battery gets in here and he's empty, you got to get them on. So you always have 2 or 3 batteries ready to go. If we had more battery emergencies out in the field right now, we would be shorthanded and out of luck. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off again, unplug the power, and I'm going to make one more point about the batteries. Sometimes, now the power's off again. Sometimes you have suspicions that a battery might need a bit of maintenance, and in that case, the point of maintenance is distilled water. So we come into here, get your screwdriver and your water filter and a couple of cleaning sponges. Go ahead and turn your battery around, and let's take a quick look at this guy. Pop off the cover. And this guy looks a little bit low. Yeah, this could definitely use some water. So make sure you don't do yourself a discharge by putting your screwdriver across the positive and negative terminals. Take your funnel. Your funnel needs to be clean. You're working with distilled water. If you have any problems at all or any dirt in this area, it would really behoove you to clean it up and make sure dirt does not get introduced into the water, the distilled water cavity of the battery. Okay? So we're going to clean up this stuff and get it ungunkified. Okay? If your funnel is dirty, I happen to have some wipes here. You can come along and wipe out the inside. Make sure especially that inside is clean. You can pass this through. Make sure he's not going to have any gunk on the inside. Okay, so let's go ahead and take some distilled water. This is our distilled water. And fill them up into the battery cap. And don't overfill. Let's take a quick peek each time. Yeah, we're putting a lot of water in there. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. A lot of times, if a battery's not charging properly, it's simply due to the fact that he needs some distilled water to fill up into the battery cells and make a electrolyte solution for the sulfuric acid that holds the charge across the lead plates. So we need to make sure that our batteries stay full so they can take a good charge. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Try not to introduce dust and dirt into either the distilled water or the battery cavity. And then you simply put these guys back on. Okay, I'm going to try to get this guy right here to charge right now. So let's move this guy out, put this guy up, and now here's your little mental test here to make sure that you know what's going on. We're going to do what here? Let's set up our terminals. Positive on red, negative on black. Okay, now we're going to hook up power. Wait for the unit to come on. We're going to select the 12 volt battery standard type. That's that standard type. We're going to leave it at 2 amps charging. He's showing a 22% charge level, and he's showing 11.9 volts. So this battery is pretty deeply discharged, but not all the way down to 0. Let's let him charge. He's showing no faults or error lights. We're going to come back tomorrow, and when this battery's done, disconnect the negative, disconnect the positive, put this cap on the positive, preventing any shorting of this battery, and then we're saying that this battery is ready to go. So as soon as the next person comes in here, needs a battery, they can pick that one. They know that that one's working. Anyone who is working on this farm right now is going to say, this one I don't know about, this one I don't know about, this one I don't know about. So we have to assume that these are all dead. I don't know what voltages these have, but that's what we need to do.